Hello?
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
it's working. I thought you were Andy with that hippie hair. Well, I'll come see you in a little bit. Sorry, one sec here.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Is Andy in here too? How do I see all the faces? Oh, yeah. Oh, there you are. Is somebody from the loud and quiet in here too, or what's going on?
Where are you?
Just us. Oh, no, it's just us.
The what? It's okay. But are they like big brothering this whole scenario here, or what's going on?
They're not monitoring us live, but we are recording it.
Nice. Here, I'm just gonna get my water bottle.
Yeah, I hit record.
One sec.
Hey, man. Hey, where are you?
We're at Shangri-La in Malibu.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tight. Bob Dylan's old crib.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
What about
Okay,
Jacob
so
Dylan?
Huh?
What about Jacob Dylan? Did he live there too?
I don't think so. Well, he's young, right? He's not the Wallflowers one, or is he the Wallflowers one?
He's the Wallflowers one.
That's the Wallflower.
Okay,
guy.
then he has his grandson. There's another Dylan in the mix too. Right?
I mean,
Maybe.
Okay, let's so let me get professional here. We gotta do the Tonstartssbandt interview. So please start an interview. How about everyone? You guys introduce yourselves.
hi, I'm Edwin.
Yep.
Hi. My name's Andy.
What do the people want to hear? The guy in the email said, don't talk normal interview shit. So I guess what could we talk about? How we met, who your guys' new record, but I don't know. What's good to let's start with the record. That's easy, huh?
Yes.
When was it made?
Last year.
During COVID? Or before? You started before though, I thought.
Right smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Florida.
Yeah, it was when we were in Florida. It's funny to think about, but I guess we hadn't had a super concentrated amount of time, both in the same place with time on our hands to like make a record in a while,
Right. Wait, hold on. Eddie, you have headphones in?
Yeah, I do.
Or Eddie.
But I'm as well, I think. I got him.
Is it my
sounds really
phone
fucked up, doesn't it?
It sounds crazy. Is it my phone that's doing it or no?
I don't think it's your phone. I think it's ours. Because it was like this before you hopped in. It sounds like
We'll just work
gated
with it.
reverb on.
It sounds cool.
Wait, am I fucking it up?
I don't know. No, you sound okay. Andy sounds kind of crazy.
Can
We're fine. Anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
me?
You were doing. Continue. I'm sorry.
Last summer with COVID, it was just the longest amount of time we've all had meet or to sit down and work on a record in a long time. So yeah,
Homebrewed at the crib in Orlando.
Homebrewed at the crib in Orlando. Yeah. In San Francisco at Idiot Room with my two favorite idiots, Joe Santarpia and Roberto Pagano.
And then where was it mastered?
Edwin, you want to take that one? I forget.
It was mastered in New York.
It was Chris Wong. It was in New York.
I assume he lives in New York, I think.
Chris Wang?
Yeah.
Oh, Chris Wang. You guys know I've known Chris Wang for a long, long time, right?
Yes, I knew that. I've never been particularly close with Chris Wang, but I've certainly met him many times over the years. He seemed like a lovely guy.
He had this brother named Alonzo Wang that used to live on Wreck Beach in Vancouver. He also used to write the songs for Canadian Idol, I think, or something. And Alonzo, but he during the summer months in Vancouver, he would live in the trees up from the beach in Vancouver, and he was like so tan and always naked. And
Because Wreck Beach is like
That sounds very
nude,
sexy.
like the new beach.
yeah, it's the nude beach, and he looked like a an old leather wallet or something. It was cool. But yeah, the Wang family, God bless them all, used to have part of the crib. That's cool. I didn't know that. And then the reason for this rock and roll interview is because you guys are about to take this disc and whip it around America
Oh yeah.
with the likes of another old friend, Mr. Sean Nicholas Savage,
Oh yeah. Out in the Southwest.
he was in Los Angeles last week.
Oh yeah, you were recording with Sean, right?
Oh, with Sean. Right?
Hello? Wait, I can't hear you. Did you say something?
Did you say something?
Nobody-
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Were you recording with Sean?
Were you
We
recording with Sean?
we did a record, but it was a little. He had trouble. He tried to fly to the States once in May, but he flew from Heathrow, and they were like, "Nope," and he was like, "Okay," so he went back to Berlin, and then he tried again. He flew to Canada first, and then he didn't get in because he had to quarantine for 2 weeks, and then finally they let him through, but then he had to get back to Berlin really fast. We only had like 8 days, but I think it's cool what ended up happening. But it's exciting that you guys are going to rip with him as well, so he'll be back around.
Yeah.
Yeah, God bless that. And I don't know, what are these people? Loud and Quiet is British, correct?
Yeah, I think so. Man.
Yeah, I think so, mate.
Well, let's tell them when would I have met you guys? Let's give them this stuff. What am I gonna fucking say? Where's the record master? These British people, I don't know if they
Yeah,
like
those are
that.
trick questions because
We
it's hard to know the answers.
we did meet in a country that has a queen. We met in Canada, Commonwealth
That's true.
nation.
This is true.
Me and Edwin were living in Montreal at the time, and I believe he passed through on tour with Makeup Videotape.
This is true. This would have been
It was
2008,
nine.
maybe
2009.
2009.
Yeah. But I remember hearing about the Tonstartssbandt. Before that tour, I had a roommate named Ian Edmonds. He's this painter guy, and I lived with him at this. And he came up in the living room one day, and he was like, "Whoa, you have a show with Tonstartssbandt in Montreal?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "They're cool." And he was like, "Yeah, dude, I've seen them on a lot of blogs because those days."
Blogs.
It was all about the blogs, baby. But yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was all about.
We were
the
getting
blog.
blogged about, man. We were getting blogged the fuck
It was
up.
all about
Dude.
the blogs.
Y'all remember like, oh shit, and then this cool record. I guess I'll just Google band name, record name, blogspot, upload.
Hypemachine.com ringing any bells?
I know it well.
Absolutely insane. Yeah, and then what was that show that we played at
Zubizar.
Zoobizarre. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the torture dungeon on Saint-Hubert.
Yeah.
Remember, it had above the stage, it had a arch, like stone ceiling,
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
Oh.
And I remember one
Yeah.
of you, I can't remember what Eddie, was it you that got like really
that-
drunk that night?
Oh god, yeah, that was fucked up.
And then
Yes,
you were walking around,
it was.
who did this to my brother? Like, who did this to my brother? That was cool.
It's funny because I knew exactly who did it. It was Austin
Austin
Milne.
Milne.
From,
Another old homie.
Austin had snuck some bottle of liquor into the club. He was incredibly apologetic afterwards. He was like, "I'm so sorry. I thought he'd want to have a drink," and Ed drank too much too quick.
Oh well, we got
carried him
off
home,
stage.
and
We
he-
got off stage and it was like a really good set. And I don't know how many beers that I already had, and I was like, hell yeah. And he's like, do you want some of this? And I was like, hell yeah. And I just took the handle of whiskey and I guess I just chugged like half of it. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. It wasn't a good idea. I didn't really think about it at the time. And then might have been the most drunk I've ever been in my
I
entire
also
life.
think I think it was also like in that night of exuberance, we were probably new friends. Austin. It was the first night we met Mac and like a lot of like nice Vancouver people, and it just felt nice to like break bread and share and toast wine and stuff and get insanely drunk.
Yeah, who else played? Did homosexual cops play that show or no?
They did. Played outside of the venue, Jesse Hicks's car,
They
because they weren't allowed to play.
That's right. They pulled up in the Jeep or something, like the roofless Jeep.
The Sunrunner.
The Sunrunner. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
that was
Likewise,
cool.
I recall because there were so many Edmontonians living in Montreal, even at that time. Little did we know there would be loads more.
Yeah.
Within a few years. Leading up to that show, everyone, of course, from our Edmonton friend groups were saying like, "Hey, gotta meet Mac. He's cool. Make a videotape." So it was a show we were certainly looking forward to playing.
I think that show as well, it was just me and Brendan Lloyd, and Brendan was, I mean, he looked like he was having a good time, but he was barely playing the drums. I think he was like kind of tapping the sticks on like the ceiling or like the roof or kind of whatever else he could get his hands on. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, Montreal.
The roof was like so low, it was like right at your head on the stage.
Yeah, and I remember that same trip. I would have gone down to New York afterwards. Did we stay with you, Ed? No, but we hung with you.
You did stay with me. Was it that same tour, or was it a tour a month later? I felt like you were just always on tour.
But I think we saw you on that tour. We saw you at a Smiths themed night at some bar in the Lower East Side.
I don't know why I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a man about town back then. Yeah.
No, we did stay with you. Well, no, that would have been the next tour with Mr. Cody Hicks. And we stayed there years later. Maybe that's when you were living in New York, Andy? I can't remember.
Oh, it was March of 2010 because I had moved back. And yeah, you guys stayed with me. You filmed the Deborah video in my living room or something.
That's right.
Whoa. Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, because we had a projector and Alex like had the projector on him and you, and then the computer set up. He always recorded all the videos with his computer.
And we were also staying. Who else? The other man that was staying with you on that trip was Mr. Alex Hungtai, Dirty Beaches.
Did he stay at the house too? Damn.
He was there. I had lunch with him yesterday. I saw him yesterday. He's looking good. He's boxing a lot now. He's about to move to New York. Andy, you're in New York right now, right?
He's a birthday boy. He just had his birthday.
Oh. But he's moving to New York. He was there. 41, I think.
Yeah, he's 41.
I mean, you know.
Is that right?
He looks great. He looks great. That's the most important thing.
Looks amazing.
But it's just
he's healthy now. I mean, he was always healthy, I think, but he said.
I was gonna say what?
He felt very healthy. I don't know. What was I thinking? Cool. In that tour, I believe you guys were also wrangled into that tour in a way. That whole tour, that was. I think we maybe played with you guys in Montreal, but also we were on that tour that was leading everyone down to Monterrey, Mexico, after South by Todd P was getting everyone to go down, but no one actually wound up going that year. Were you guys there for that?
No, we got like invited, and then I think we didn't make like the short list or something.
Yeah. I thought they just all got.
It was the year that, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. I wasn't there, but I think the biggest act that made it down was Dan Deacon. Most everyone else dropped out.
Right. Yeah.
I guess
we wanted to go.
Year that
I wanted to go too. We went all the way down to Austin, and we just didn't go.
We went the next year or the year after?
Yeah.
I
only wound up that one. There was the 1 year we went down. I remember I have this memory. You guys were playing. Mike Collins was playing, but it wasn't Drug Dealer. It was what would it have been? Not Silk Roads.
Salvia Plath.
And I have this memory of Eddie. We were in Monterey. We were going to the festival, and DJ Dog Dick was also in the transport van with us.
Yeah.
And I think he had recently just gotten like really jacked. Like he started like benching a bunch of weight or something. And
he was.
And you were like, wow. And like he was like showing us his muscles and stuff. And it was nice.
I remember that.
I left early, but you guys got the monkey ride and all the other crap. And,
Oh yeah, the donkey ride, and we ate special stuff.
Yeah, special stuff.
Peyote.
And, yeah, I'm trying to think of more interesting. I feel like this is a good route to take. Interesting memories. The guy said don't do shit. This seems to. What else we got that's interesting from back in the day?
I guess we all used to live together. That was
This
something.
is true. Yeah, that is true. In New York City. Yeah, greatest city on the planet. Meet Wall.
That's right, baby.
154.
Greatest city in the fucking world.
Are you
Right
there?
here.
You're there now, Andy? Ed, are you there?
I'm in Montreal. Can't you tell?
Oh, right. Yeah.
No, I'm in Florida. I'm in the swamp right now.
We're both in New York right now.
We're
Right.
both in
Oh,
New
no
York.
way.
Oh.
Oh.
Amazing. But let's so that place, for the fine readers of Loud and Quiet, we lived in a warehouse. Who lived there first? Eddie, you moved in there first, right?
I moved in there first of the three of us, but people lived there for
but you lived. Yeah, it was a band, PC Warship. Right? Jordan and Pat got it, and initially 2006 or something like that, 7.
something like that, 7 or 8. Yeah.
Then you guys lived in. Ed, you moved in. I think, and you lived there for a minute before I moved in, didn't you? For us, or maybe you stayed there or something like that.
I was living in Edwin's room with him for about 9 months. And then I moved right back up to Montreal for a brief bad relationship we had anyways. And then I moved back to New York, and Kira had moved.
Right. Eddie kind of had the presidential suite in there, private bathroom.
I had my own
Yeah,
toilet.
That's another great memory I have of the wallet, Eddie. I remember that you used to in your private bathroom. You know how some people light matches to get rid of the fecal smell after they use the washroom. You used to just light a Bic lighter and near the toilet bowl too.
Yeah.
I
think, just so you know, I think I was the person who eventually explained to Edwin how that works. And it was only maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So Ed would have been 30, about 30 years old. And I was like, you're not
burning up something, man. You're masking the smell.
burning up not working.
Yeah.
Ed thought that the smell of feces was entirely created by meth air, as opposed to just being like fecal particles in the air that smell like shit. So he would just hold his lighter like he was smoking crack or like burning up all the smell.
That made sense to me.
And because it was the ensuite, and if someone was in the main bathroom, someone would like knock on the bedroom door, be like, "Yo, Andy, Ed, can I use y'all's bathroom?" You'd be like, "Sure." There's a lighter next to the toilet if you.
Whatever.
Good memory, Mac. That's
I love that. Yeah.
Key,
And
detail.
then Andy, you had the room across the hall, which was pretty nice, Shannon's old room, and then me and Kira had the room down the down the hall a little bit. Yeah, beautiful
You
place.
had a really
And
crappy room.
Yeah,
Oh, y'all's room wasn't too bad. It wasn't.
It wasn't
the smallest
too bad.
room. Adam
but you
the
had
worst
didn't
room.
you have like sort of a window in your room, Andy?
So I didn't have a window in my room. I had a window into Dan's room, and Dan had a window.
yeah. And then Ed, did you didn't have
It
a
was cool
window in
because I
your
got
room,
to
did you?
just see.
I had a
Dan
window in my
all day.
bathroom.
Right, window in the bathroom. That's better than nothing. Yeah, not bad.
Oh yeah, it was
now-
way better than nothing.
But that place is gone now. As of
Yeah.
what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that.
I think it was like
Yeah.
2017.
But you guys went
No,
back.
it was like
did you not?
2019.
Who went back? Was it you?
I
guys
walked
or-
have
outside.
not been back. As far as I know, I've seen Pat a couple times since I've been back in New York in the last 2 years, and he claimed to have gone a few times. I've tried there a few times, and it doesn't work. You can see it listed on real estate listings online. It's the structure's still there. It still looks like garbage, like people should not live there, but all the drywall's been ripped out, so it's just one big long.
What's the
space.
price tag looking like?
I couldn't tell you because I forget, but it's
Well,
fucking
the whole
outrageous,
place,
obviously.
the whole place was 4K for 8 rooms and 10 to 12 people. So I don't know, maybe they doubled it because they cleaned it up. It's commercially available if you want to live
It's
there.
not cleaned up. It's not cleaned up at all, and it's not zone residential. It's commercial.
They're gonna open a haberdashery in there.
They should, or like a dentist office or something.
Can you imagine getting your
Yeah,
teeth
a
cleaned in the meat
timepiece.
wallet? That'd be fucked up.
We did it.
I
Yeah,
certainly
but like
wasn't
getting
cleaning my
in it.
teeth.
Getting in a chair, and it's like, I don't know, that sounds crazy. But yeah,
With a drill in your mouth while the train's going by.
yeah, that would be fucked up. But yeah, that was nice. That's a nice period as well. But you guys also, I'm trying to think even further back than that too, because you guys shared after the first when I moved to Montreal, you guys also, I guess you weren't really living there anymore, Ed, but you were down in New York going to school at that point, right? Or no, maybe you were done school.
I was done with school before you were born, man.
Yeah.
Ed, when you met Ed, Mac, he was the graduate.
Okay.
He was just back in New York being a working stiff.
He was just back in New York.
I finished school early in like 2008.
You would come up when you guys had that place on it was like near, I was living on Pine and St. Laurent, and you guys were like 4 or 5 blocks away, or Andy was with
when you
Chris.
You're on Colonial.
to Depan, and I was on Colonial with Chris Sylvain and Jason Harvey.
Yeah. Didn't that apartment get robbed or some shit?
Dude, like the last week we were living there, our upstairs neighbors were like brutal partiers, like party bros. It was like boom, 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 every night. The last week we were living there, they had a huge party. And the party, someone entered our apartment, probably through Chris's window, and jacked all of his cool shit.
Right. Bummer.
Yeah. It really sucked a lot.
Yeah. I remember the first time I came to that apartment, we had just moved to Montreal, and Andy, you hit up me and Kira, and you were like, you guys should come over for dinner. And we came over, and we just had, I think you made 3 different kinds of boiled potatoes and ketchup.
It was my first
delicious.
time living with Chris Sylvain, and he had introduced me to the idea of fancy sauce, which is mayonnaise and ketchup. And the best thing to put that on is starch food.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, you can live for nothing and eat like a king. Pierogies, home fries, mashed potatoes. And then
it works, you know?
Yeah,
that's
it
all
worked.
you really need.
Yeah, that was the year I got cancer. I wonder if that had anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I don't think potatoes give you cancer.
You never know nowadays with the way that these farms go, you know.
It was.
I remember that too, because we came through Montreal once when you were still really, really sick, and I think you came to the show, but you were you were quite ill. But the next time
I had opened like a stitched up surgery wound from losing my testicles, and it's funny because I was like, I wanted to be low key about it, like not talk about it at the time, just because it was like I felt very private and like kind of ashamed and all this shit. But like I was excited that you guys were in town, and I went to y'all's show at Sala, and I was kind of hobbling because I was recovering from surgery. Yeah, and I was like, people are gonna respect me, like in my head, like continue for a couple weeks. And there was some other dude at the show who had like a huge broken leg with a big cast on and in like crutches, and everyone was like, dude, are you okay? To that guy, and I was just like, I want to get the fuck out of here. This sucks.
Can't win.
Yeah.
Oh, this is reminding me of that apartment of there's that videotape that Jeremy and I found at like Value Village or something. What was that videotape called again?
Yes.
That apartment was the one on St. Joseph, and that videotape, I still have it. It's like a promotional musical video compilation created by a production company in the Philippines that is associated with the Children of God cult.
Right. And you ended up writing a paper on it or something.
I was in a Bible and Western culture class at McGill at the time, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna write like this. I also ended up like cribbing 2 of the songs that the Children of God wrote off that tape for Andy Boy songs because they're really catchy.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that.
You're a
tape.
thief.
Yeah.
What other good shit? What other good memories can we do? You guys toured with as Tonstartssbandt with my band in Europe one time.
Speaking of that, may I say, last night I was going through, been going through a shitload of old photos on my computer hard drive. We're putting together reissues of our first 3 albums with a friend's record label, and we also need to find the 3 of us for the Loud and Quiet publication. So I was going through, I was like, when are the 3 of us together in the last 10 years? I looked at that tour where Tonstartss is opening for Mac DeMarco Band early 2014. We were just watching tons of movies on our laptops in the back of the Sprinter. And I think somebody was watching Nymphomaniac, the Lars movie, which is very gratuitous and sexual, of course. And there's a great photo of like 2 guys sitting in the back of the van with a laptop like this, and 4 boys all with their backs turned, like leaning over seats, all trying to watch. Just like everyone's trying to watch like a sex scene from Nymphomaniac while some, Dutch guy's driving the van in Belgium or something. I recall that tour.
Was that with Wouter or was that with Maxence, the tour manager?
That's with Etienne.
Etienne, right? Etienne.
That was a very memorable tour because I recall at the time Peter had announced that he wasn't going to play in your live band anymore, and we had like settled that I would replace him, but he wasn't going to leave for another few months.
Yeah. I
just
remember the moment actually. I remember that moment, Peter. We were playing at you guys were opening for us at Webster Hall in New York, and Peter, before we played, Peter like told me and Bell that he didn't want to play in the band anymore. We were in the green room, and the green room has a window out to the stage, and you guys, I think you were playing Picture Book by the Kinks, that cover. And Peter was like, oh, I'm not going to play anymore. And I was like, oh, okay, fuck. Got to find a new guitar player. Then I just looked out the window and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Okay, no problem. But But that, for you guys also you opened for us on that tour that we did through this, what was it? The South, and the one with Matthew Samways was with Joe.
Oh yeah.
We did like Atlanta, Nashville, and some of the Eastern Seaboard. Yeah,
we went to. I guess that was a festival. What was that place? Gulf Shores.
Oh, where we watched Weezer play.
We watched Weezer play. We also went to that like deep fried seafood restaurant like 4 times.
Oh my god, I got cooked like a lobster. I was so red, it was insane.
Yeah, I remember being at a gas station, and I think a stranger, Edwin, approached you and was like, "No, you should really wear sunscreen," and you were just pissed for the rest of the day, just like, mind your own business. It's a sun.
Yeah, they were like, "Did you know your face is all burnt?" And I was like, "Yeah, I fucking know." Okay.
Yeah.
I was self-conscious. I was like as red as a fucking tomato. Like that.
But what about that? Now I'm having the memory of the time we went from Montreal, make out you guys, and I think Mike Farsky came up to play the Cirque in Quebec City.
Yes.
The Cirque?
Yeah. Maybe that was for a record release for you guys.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Was it? Were we someone else? Or was it?
Or you know what? No, we were
like,
opening for like Miracle Fortress or something.
That rings a bell.
Yeah.
And we were all like, it was like the kind of thing when you live in Montreal. It's like, do you stay in Quebec City or do you drive 2.5 hours back to your home after the show?
Yeah, we drove back.
We drove back. Another memorable night not spent in Quebec City.
Yeah. And then, wait, I'm thinking of another show here. Oh, I was telling the story the other day about when you had the 40 when you fell on the 40, Andy, at the.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That was stuck into your back.
Yeah. No, that was that was you and Joe and Pierce.
Walter TV tour in the RV.
And yeah, on that tour, were you playing under your name, or was it still Makeout with Joe and?
I think it was Makeout videotape at that point. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was my first time meeting Pierce McGarry and Joe McMurray.
Connor Brady.
and Connor Brady, and 10 other people. Yeah.
Oh, and you also played in
Ooh,
Forest Hills, Queens.
yeah, at Raul's house.
Yeah.
And I remember at Raul's, Evan Brasovsky got so drunk that he fell asleep in the bathroom. And we couldn't wake him up, so we had to tie 3 broomsticks together and hold someone's feet over the roof and put the 3 broomsticks through the bathroom window and prod him till he woke up. And I think
because the door was locked.
the door was locked. Yeah. But I think he got up and I think he had pissed his pants or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken with that. But that was a fun show. That was also the first night I ever met Michael Collins.
I recall watching Michael enter the room and meet you and Pearson Joe, and everyone's faces lighting up like a new sort of. I recall that very vividly, watching you guys meet each other. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was fun. We were also all doing poppers a lot, I think, that night. So that was also, they're like, hey, man. Yeah, strange. Interesting. Yeah, that show. We also, on that same tour, we played that afternoon show at that bar in Brooklyn, which absolutely no one came to. Coley came. That was it. Coley and his girlfriend sat there. And it was you guys, us, Walter TV, and Homosexual Cops. And we showed up and the bar guy was like, yeah, there's no show here today. And we were like, but there is. And then he was like, well, I guess you guys can play, whatever. And we just played absolutely no one.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember being at that show, playing that show, and being like, "It's weird. If we don't play, there isn't a show.
Yeah.
There's nobody here. We can just go home."
Exactly.
You know,
just didn't really matter.
I just remember being like, every time another band would go on, I'd be like, "Why are we?" Not that I didn't want to be there. I was having a nice time, but it was just like, who's making us do this?
We were, but that was at the tail end of a tour where most of our shows had been like that as well. So it's just kind of like, well, I guess we might as well just do it because the whole tour was kind of like that. But Raul's house was pretty bumping. That was fun. That was a good show. But I guess, that's a lot of stories. What else could we? Let's talk about the new record or something for these people of the UK. How would you guys? I don't know. It's a little bit of a different direction, I guess. Not it's Tonstartss, but it's like a little. I don't know. How do you guys? What do you think? It's a little more. I don't know.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we were able to just sit down and focus on it. It's the first record we've ever done in one sitting, even if it took us a couple months,
Yeah.
So all the songs kind of feel like they fit together in a way, and it's not based off of hitting record and jamming and then splicing stuff together like we've done on some previous records, or you know what I mean? When I was getting set up in the studio and calling you and being like, does this make sense if I put a mic here, or to that sort of thing? It was very deliberate, It's we took our time to get it set up and then do a bunch of takes and shit. So I guess stylistically, I think it sounds like
I think so too. Yeah, but it does sound a little more especially with the sound, more thought, more precise in a way. But how's that? What's the consensus on the vibe? More because before it was kind of you guys are still focused on doing your thing, but it was maybe more a little this, try that, plug this in, get the amp going, do that. It was, I don't know, maybe not thrown together, but more spur of the moment or something. But how is the new vibe? How did it feel?
Well, I mean, it felt good, but I felt like it was because it was so focused and so trying to do it right that it was harder at first because we had just done it so casually before. So it was more challenging, especially for me, because, I don't practice the drums unless I'm supposed to play them. So I was like, oh, damn, these are hard songs.
But it was, it was
I nailed it. Don't get me wrong, but it was more challenging.
Somehow I feel like on breaks between Tonstartss and Mac tours in the last 4 or 5 years or whatever, we would
Yeah.
set up like a little bit and like
try and do these songs, or
most of these songs are versions of these songs for like spur of the moment, like you were saying, Mac, like hit record and just go. For some reason I was like, this sounds like garbage for some reason. Like these songs, the way I've been writing them, I guess it doesn't, nothing's clicking, nothing's sparkly, nothing's like nothing feels right when we're doing it like this. So I was like, I think we will get this right if we take our time with it. But the only way to take our time with it is to make sure that we have time to focus on it. And setting aside time was hard to do until the pandemic. So then
Yeah, thank God for that global pandemic, eh?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm very, very grateful to not have been like writing music during the pandemic necessarily, because it was more just like a functional thing for us.
Yeah.
Like we have to stay home for a week and finally do the thing we've been meaning to do, whether it's retiling the bathroom or record an album, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I think that was kind of the vibe across. Like I'll even talk to Matt Voles or like other, you know, people that aren't necessarily musicians, and I'm kind of like, have you been doing anything? And they're like, no. Like I don't think anybody felt like being creative necessarily. You know what I mean? But
I didn't.
But that's the same thing I had. It was like, okay, I'm just gonna fix everything in the garage and I'll rewire everything. But like I didn't really want to like write a song. It felt like a kind of bleak. You know what I mean?
Everything felt so stupid.
Roberto told me that.
And fucked and whack.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. I usually don't get a good escape from my current reality by writing music. I get it from playing music. If I'm writing, I'm usually writing about what's going on. I'm not going to be able to escape it. So I feel like forget how fucking stupid everything was.
Yeah.
Mac, Roberto told me when I saw him a couple weeks ago that during the pandemic, you became a bit of a
I
guy.
did for a little bit. Yeah. I got a Toyota Land Cruiser. We did a suspension lift in Mike Collins's driveway. I put all the dumb. Have you guys seen that meme about the guy that's like, it's like this dude and he's like leaning in, like talking to this girl's ear at a sporting event, and he's talking about like, yeah, I've got like a tent on my roof.
I know the meme.
Like
Wow.
now I have this like apocalypse car that I don't ever use any of the shit on. But yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I don't know. It was like just a waste of. I mean, I drive this car every day, but I don't need all the crap on it. The gas mileage on it's already bad enough.
Do you still have that yellow Volvo? Like, what's your main whip?
It's Toyota. All the Volvos are gone. Last Volvo, I tell you, I put it on the Craigslist free page, and this chick came and got it, and she I don't know. She took it. They were trying to tow it. The tow. They went and bought this tow thing at AutoZone. That didn't work. They just ended up tying it up to this guy's bumper of his like GMC SV or something with a bunch of nylon rope. It was a real sketchy scene. But
did she take it for parts?
I don't know. No, she wanted to like roll with it. They also, all the tires were flat, and she bought one of these like foot pump, like tire pump. It was real sketchy, but yeah, now it's all gone. So see you later, Volvo.
Did she let it free ride down the hill?
I think she did. Yeah, which was pretty sketchy.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. But that's gone. It's all gone now. Yeah.
Aww.
But yeah, you know, I'm a car guy now. What can I say?
I have a Toyota too. So does he. Yeah, we all have Toyotas.
Yeah, they're good cars. What can I say?
Not paid ad.
Proud, true, Japanese.
Guys, you want to hear what I'm going to do to my car?
Yeah.
Later tonight.
Yeah.
The volume and tuning dial on my Toyota Matrix 2006 stereo, the contacts aren't really working. So I got a little bottle of deoxit in my bag, and I'm going by my parking spot in the East Village and squirt that baby up.
Classic move. You got some audio gear that's become a bit oxidized. Just check a little deoxit on and give it a twist.
Yeah.
I was talking about deoxit earlier.
Oh, you know what I did the other day?
What?
I came to my car for alternate side parking. Boom, front right tire, flat tire. Fuck me, whatever, not a big deal. So I'm getting ready to change it, put the spare on, and the fucking lug nuts are rusted on, as happens often with my car. And I was driving, I just gotten across the Gothel's Bridge into Jersey, whatever that is, I-87 or something. And I blew a flat, and I was trying to get my lug nuts off on the side of the road. And I pulled really hard, and the wrench.
287?
287, maybe, I don't know. It just ripped the stud right off the wheel. And I was like, oh shit. So then I did it again, and it ripped again. So I don't want to do that anymore because it's very sketchy. So I watched a YouTube video, and you take a candle and a lighter, and you just melt the candle over your lug nut for like 30 seconds, get a bunch of wax in there, comes right off.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, no shit is right.
Who was that? Chris Fix?
I don't remember who it was.
Guys.
Actually,
It's gonna like
He was my
stop
car
recording in a
YouTube guy.
second.
sorry.
It's gonna stop recording because